Today we are dropping the fuel tank in the Hyundai I30 FD 2008. It is a good idea to disconnect the negative terminal of the battery. Once you remove the cover, you will have access to the fuel pump connector, the fuel line and the evap line. To disconnect these connectors, you just need to pry up this orange retainer, and then on the side of the connector, the blue part that you can see on the video, you just need to press in and then pull in and pull out the whole connector, and they should go out. Sometimes they are really stuck, and as well use a cloth or something underneath of the fuel line, because you are going to get fuel everywhere because the system is still pressurized. Now it's time to go under the car. You will see these two nuts. They are holding this retainer for the fuel tank. So I use a 14mm deep socket. And of course, as you can see, I have a supported tank with a jack, because once you remove these nuts, there's nothing holding the tank to the body of the car. I really try to use really good angles for you guys to see properly what I am doing, but it's not enough space. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing next. Now it's time to disconnect the hoses. So using long nose pliers, or even better if you have the hose clamp disconnector pliers. This one is the filler line of the fuel tank, so I just hold with a 10mm clamp. So I have already disconnected these two lines. They are quite hard to disconnect, so be ready to get mad. Then this is the evap line that goes to the canister. This one is as well quite hard to disconnect. I had to remove it from the bracket and drop a little bit the tank in order to have a better angle with these long nose pliers. Again, if you have the proper pliers, it should be much better, but I didn't have it in that moment. So they are probably bond together really hard. So I use a miniature pry bar to get into the hose and separate the hose. So now everything is disconnected from the tank, and it's time to drop the tank. It's a good idea to have someone else helping you. I tried to record this, but my big head got in the way of the camera. So it's just going slow with the jack. I must say that the fuel tank was almost empty. If it's full, it's gonna be super heavy. So just go a little bit at a time and drop it slowly. Right, to put it back, it's, I believe, a little bit easier. As you can see, I just put in onto the trolley jack. I obviously use some cupboard and things to protect the tank, not to scratch it, not to damage it. And this part you can do it by yourself. It's not really hard, it's just time consuming. But yeah, as you can see, I am using my legs to pull the tank. Here I went away to move the connectors in the upper part of the fuel tank so they don't get smashed. Yeah, this is not really hard, just be patient. Now get the nuts again and put them back into the retainer. Use thread in the nuts just a little bit in order to hold the tank, and then you can use the impact gun and just finish the torque. Now, putting back these hoses was really painful. It's not enough room, especially to put the clamps back. It's really not enough space, so I spent most of the time just trying to put in these clamps back. Again, if you have the proper tool, it should be easier, but I was using these long nose pliers and yeah, not really fun. So just be ready to get mad again. Here I finally accomplished all the hoses, and yeah, that was the hardest part of everything. Now to put it back, just put the connector back, make sure it clicks, and put the orange retainer back, and with the fuel pump connector as well, just make sure that it's clean. Now turn the key to ignition on and off 3 or 4 times in order to pressurize the system again, and then just start the car. It should start straight away. Right, that's all. That was how I dropped the fuel tank of this car in my garage. See you next time.